So today I am at Dazbog Coffee in Cheyenne, Wyoming, and you can probably see here on my cup it says Dazbog, but if you look across the top, it actually has Russian lettering. So this is a Russian-based coffee shop, from what I could understand. So kind of neat there, and really good coffee. I'm having a caramel cream latte. And I thought today we could just make a simple card here in the coffee shop. And of course I'm using my earbuds to hopefully cut out some of the background noise, but it is a coffee shop, so there will be extra noise. So I'm going to show you today the card that we're going to look at is this one right here. Very simple card. I actually just did it for a swap in Salt Lake City. And let me show you just some of the ways that it can be tailored. And so if you look down here, I'll turn this around, and you can see here we've got the green option for you, which gives you the fresh florals background, but then we can also switch it up, and if we look at here, this comes from the Color Theory paper, and gives you kind of a monotone look, but because it has that pink crackled look, it gives kind of a unique option to it as well. So just some different options here. You've got, instead of using a colored background, I have it on the white cardstock, and then using the coordinating background here. So what we're going to do is, excuse me, I have a frog in my throat this morning. So I'm going to start with a white cardstock, and we'll see how that works. Hopefully you guys can see this. I have a little trouble seeing exactly where my paper is, so hopefully I am lined up a little bit. So what I've done is I've taken a piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock, and I've just cut it in half, and then I score it at 2 1/8 and then 6 3/8 inches, and that's how I end up with this what I call a gatefold. I don't know if it has an official term, but I call it a gatefold. So it's kind of what we have here. And I will put all these dimensions on my page as well after this video is over. But so you have that, and then you need 2 strips here cut at 5 1/4 inches by 2 inches. So I have those here out of a light pink floral as well. So all we're going to do is add a little bit of tape to the back of each one. So we'll just run a line of tape down each side. Doesn't have to be perfect. That's the nice thing about good tape, is it keeps it all together. And we'll just put that right on one panel, and then we'll take the other strip and put it on the other panel. So you have that look, and that of course is the pink on the white. And this is good if you don't have the right color background. You can always use white cardstock. And then I have some squares that have been cut out. This is a stitch square, and then I have a scalloped out of the same background as what's on the white card. So I have those two, and again I'm just going to run a line of tape down my colored cardstock. We're going to stick it right there in the middle of the square. And in order to pop this up on the gatefold, of course, we don't want to just tape it down like this, and because you will not be able to open your card. And trust me, I've done that before. So I'm going to take a couple of dimensionals, and we're just going to attach these to the back. And we'll just take the sheet off the dimensionals. And when we put it here, just like that, now we're able to open the card. And I know there's some sun coming in that window, so hopefully this is not too poor of lighting. But there you have the basic outline. And then what you can do is cut another stitch shape to put your stamping your words on. In this case, I was doing happy birthday cards because, well, you can just never have enough happy birthday cards. So I did that. Now let me give you one other look at a different way to do this, and that is using a colored background. So again, I just took half of an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. I have scored it at 2 1/8, 2 1/8 inches, and then 6 3/8 inches to get this lovely gatefold. So once again, I have a patterned paper. It's called Designer Series Paper, or DSP. And this comes from what's called the Fresh Florals. And I'm just going to run some tape down here. And now in this case, what I have done is I have matched the cardstock to my paper. So now when we add it, we get a much more vibrant pop on your card. And so in this time, instead of taking a colored stitch square, I took white. And then I'm going to add the coordinating square. So again, you've got it here, and you would add your dimensionals. And then once again, you can just add your white stitch square with whatever words. So another option I've done, because this square is kind of small, and I had trouble finding a stamp that would fit on it, I also did, I used a white square here, a colored square, and then the scallop square became white so that you could just stamp right on the scallop square. So let's imagine that this was a white square and you could just stamp straight on here. That gives you more room for your words. So it's a real simple card. I just made about 300 of these that I took to Salt Lake City with me when I did a swap at the Onstage convention for Stampin' Up. So I've gotten a lot of practice with making this card. And what I'll do when I'll get home is some of these extra ones is I will put a white insert inside of this card, and then I will stamp some sort of birthday greeting on the inside, because I find that a lot of people want words on the insides of their cards. But it's a very really basic card. Just wanted to do something simple so that I could enjoy my coffee here. So once again, I am at Dazbog Coffee in Cheyenne, Wyoming, enjoying my lovely caramel cream coffee, because really you just can't go wrong with coffee. So anyways, so this was my first time doing coffee in a card, and I think I'll pop up again from other coffee shops along my travels. And I got coffee and a card. So hope you guys have a great day. Bye.